Okay. $16:16 on my recorder. Who knows what time is it? Okay. Hi. Yesterday I was getting a really interesting vision that expanded the longer I was looking at it. It showed me, one second. I was so excited to come here and to share it that I didn't even get a moment to. It was as if you're going hiking, and before even going onto the hill, you talked to the locals and you spoke to people who already climbed that hill. And everybody told you, no matter what, do not go off of the trail. Follow the path. Don't go exploring, because it's easy to get lost. You will have a roadmap, and you will have, not a roadmap, no. You will have signposts that are going to show you in which direction you have to go. And no matter what, you have to follow them. You were also promised by everybody who's been there before and the locals around that if you just devote to following the roadmap wants to come through, but it's not a roadmap, it's a signpost. If you just follow the signpost, you will inevitably reach the top of the hill or a mountain. The reason why it's easy to get lost is because it gets very foggy up there, and because the top of the mountain is not really the top of the mountain. It's kind of like when you come up there, you can't really see where you are, kind of a thing. And so you go, and you've been hiking for quite some time, and you found yourself in the near the top position, and you see the signpost telling you top of the hill, 3,000 meters this way. So you go that way, and then you walk 3,000 meters, and then you see top of the mountain, 2,000 meters that way, and you keep walking, and then you see again top of the hill, 500 meters, and you're like, I already walked 5,000. But you keep walking because signposts are telling you you have to keep going. You're near the end, you're almost there, you're kind of being expected up there. And so you keep walking, but you keep seeing signposts telling you, oh, there's more to walk. And so you walk until eventually you get exhausted and you get mad. And you stop and you don't want to walk anymore because you already walked 3 times more than what the signpost told you that you should walk. And you ask, why am I here? What is going on? Are you kidding me? Right? And so from this vision, I was guided into the next vision, which was a slingshot. You were this pebble on the slingshot that is being pushed, actually pulled in one direction for as far as it can go, which is you on the mountain walking as much as you can until you reach the breaking point. And the breaking point is, how much more? Why am I here? Where am I going? Are you kidding me? Like, am I even on the right path? And then here in this slingshot, when you're being pushed all the way here in order to be catapulted into the other direction, you are being presented a question. And the question is, what am I running away from by climbing the mountain? What am I thinking that I will avoid if I climb the mountain? What will cease to exist if I just climb the mountain? And now the answer is different for every person. But then continuously, I was shown that for some of you, for maybe somebody specific, the answer is not as simple as, oh, then I'm gonna be important, or then I'm gonna have money, or then I'm gonna, then somebody will love me, or I'm gonna run away from poverty, or I'm gonna run away from my toxic ex, or I'm gonna run away from whatever. I was just scrambling now. Examples of what you might be running away from. But for somebody here, it's not even as simple as, oh, it's this. It's not something that you can easily pinpoint, because what is actually that you're running away from is you're not running away from anymore. Here I was shown a different situation. And the situation was that you used to have a problem. There was a problem in your life. There was something that you were dealing with, whether it was a health situation or a financial situation or a love situation, whatever it was, there was an exact problem. You've been seeing it as a problem and you've been treating it as a problem. And you did everything you possibly could have done. You've tried everything to the point of feeling defeated, feeling hopeless and helpless, and you reach the point of being like, well, it is what it is. I might as well just accept it. We might as well just be friends. But it's not a friendly energy. It's not a good energy. It's not like, okay, I accept you. It's not a neutral energy. It's something goes against you and you're like, all right then, whatever. I was shown an example of, this is a metaphor, but it might even be literal. You have a house and a mouse comes into your house, and then that mouse creates babies, and now you have mouses all over the space, and they eat all your food, they poop everywhere, they destroy your cables, and they possibly even carry some disease. So they put your health in danger. It's not nice to have them. And you tried everything. You tried all kind of traps and poisons and redirection into something else. You tried feeding them outside. You tried building something for them, and nothing worked. Nothing worked until you were like, you know what? Well, they are pets now. And you accepted them. So now you don't see them as a problem. You see them as Mickey and Dexter and Lucy and Linda. If somebody is like, oh my god, you have mouses, you're like, oh no, these are my friends. Mouses or mice? You know what I mean? Right? So this is that kind of an energy. Where there is something that is against you that works, that takes an energy away from you. There is something that it's a parasitic energy. There is something that is attached to you that takes away from you, but you normalized it. You normalized it to the point where you don't even see that you have a problem. Maybe you pretend, maybe you know that you have a problem, but you know that you pretend. But maybe you genuinely convinced yourself that that's just how it is. Yeah. It's not about reaching the mountaintop, because it turns out that there is no mountaintop. You were led there to confront that which you thought that you left at home, and that now you're going on a mountaintop to be far away from it, unknowingly or knowingly. So you were brought there into that point where something was promised to you and highlighted to you, and you were kind of led into the positivity of the situation so that in it you can confront your negativity, so to speak. How to move that energy? I was shown Wheel of Fortune, which was calling upon strengthening your relationship with the divine. calling for higher forces. If you really did everything that you possibly could, the situation is not set in stone. And if we just put another person into your house, they will find another solution, a solution that wasn't available to you because you were not in a frequency of matching with that solution. So call upon a help. Whether you want to call friends, you want to call pest control, or you want to call God or angels or deities or real estate and move somewhere else, connect with something or somebody else who can help you, because the situation can turn around. Take it maybe literally that maybe you have to move, maybe you have to make some really fundamental changes, but it was more about removing something that holds you back from reaching an actual mountaintop. Something that takes your energy and it confuses you. It's not confuses you, it disorients you. It clouds it illusions you. It makes you believe that you will live something that you're not living, or clouds your perception, takes your life energy away from you. And even it is an actual mouse that eats your food, it kind of leaks into your whole area of your life. It affects your health, it affects your finances, and it affects your relationships. Because maybe people that would be resonant with you, that you would ideally want and wish and maybe long for having in your life, they might be very allergic to mouses. You know what I mean? It's a leakage, it's an energy leak that needs to be somehow prevented. I was also shown an image of the same situation but in a different scenario, same energy, different scenario, and that is that you, by accepting the problem as it is what it is, it's kind of living in a room, in a space where you feel like you have a wall. You pretend that you have a wall, but in that wall there is a door, because that room that you're in used to be a differently oriented, differently organized room. It had a different purpose before you organized it the way you did, or before you moved in. There is a door, but somebody, maybe you, maybe somebody else, decided that they're going to just close that door, lock the door, paint the door with the wall paint, put paintings on top of it, and the sofa, so that you can't open that door, and you forget that this door even exists. So you pretend that that door is a part of the wall. Not even a part of, but just it's a wall. And you're like, yeah, I can't go out. Yeah, I can't pass through. No, you can't. Even if you see that there is a door in the wall, you can't pass through because there's a sofa on top of it. And even if you move the sofa, the door is locked and who knows where's the key. This might have to do something with feng shui, that if there is a door in a room, that door is meant for the energy flow. Who created the house or the structure, the building, has intended that there is an energy flow through that door, through that wall. And somebody else then decided that that door is going to be blocked. So that literally indicates a block in the energy. And the block in the energy is pretending that you don't see something that is clearly there and that is meant to be, there is meant to be an energy flow, right? And if you can't open the door, if you can't move the sofa, somebody else can. Somebody else can. Somebody else can come and move the sofa, and somebody else can come and break the door. They can take a chainsaw and build and create a hole in the wall so that there is an airflow at least. Speaking metaphorically, but you know what you mean. You know what I mean. And you know what you mean, right? That was what's shown to me. In case you were wondering, why are you being led into a destination that doesn't exist or doesn't seem to exist. Because on the other side of this whole imagery, the destination actually exists. There is a top of the mountain. But you can find it only when you collect all of your energy so that you can walk the path without repeating the path, without circling and repeating a signpost that says 3,000 meters, and then you walk 3,000 meters, and then you see another signpost 2,000 meters, and then you walk 2,000 meters, and then you have another signpost. It's like you're repeating, and it becomes more and more clear to you until it's actually clear, until you reach that breaking point. I'm going to look into tarot to see if there's anything else. Queen of Swords, Ten of Pentacles. No, Queen of Wands is this. Right here. Anything else? I need one more card. Oh, for you. Wheel of Fortune. I mentioned it earlier. And Six of Swords. Okay. What I'm seeing here in Ten of Pentacles is that your happiness, your fulfillment, your reaching the top of the mountain is actually on the back of a part of you that holds the whole chessboard and everything above it on its back. It doesn't, there's a person here, which is an aspect of you, that is a servant to another aspects of you who are playing chess. And this servant, it doesn't see the whole picture. It has this little toy, and it kind of it's trying to make itself satisfied with its toy, thinking that that's all that is. That's you thinking that your parasites are actually your friends, but they're not, right? And what is required of you to reach the fullest potential of the Ten of Pentacles card, is that this aspect of you gets informed that this space is not all the space that there is in this whole room. There is more. Queen of Wands tell me that because the top of her wand is kind of like a sword, but it speaks to me about the willingness, which is kind of an action point of you just really being determined to just call things by their name. If you really don't know what to do next because you feel like you've done everything that you possibly could have done in this situation, at least name it, describe it as it is. Be willing to do so. Be willing to just call it by its name. You don't need to do something, because already seeing the situation as it is, allowing this little person to step up and be part of the room rather than just being a servant under the chessboard, is already doing something. That's already the action that you need to take, that is required of you to be taken, so that you can reach the mountaintop. Yeah. The Wheel of Fortune is telling me that if you have already really done everything that you possibly could have, then it's not about you doing more. It's about you just seeing the situation for what it is, calling it by its name, and let the divine do the rest. Let somebody else do the work. You don't need to remove the mouses. There will be a team of people who will come and do that for you, or there will be an opportunity for you to move into another place, or something somehow will happen that will resolve this issue and seal your energy back into the hole so that it doesn't leak anymore. And Six of Swords is telling me that, because you might have developed some sort of like an emotional attachment to your mouses or to your problem. Mouses. I'm speaking about mouses, but it can also be, your health situation, or your financial situation, or a toxic person that you may have in your life that you just made peace that, they're never going to change, and you kind of accepted that you can't, or you don't want to distance yourself from them, so you might as well just go through the torture and accept it as it is what it is, there is an emotional attachment to the situation that is somehow leaking energy out of you, and you gotta be able to let go of that. Just recognize that it works against you. It's not your friend, it's not your ally, it doesn't work for your highest good. It does work for your highest good in a way that it leads you into the point of recognition that your health, your well-being, your happiness matters. There's a level of self-respect that is being called upon in this situation. Because you do deserve to climb the top of the mountain. It's a beautiful experience. Not everybody gets to get there. Not everybody is willing to even try to get there. So why not have this beautiful experience for yourself? Alright, I hope that helps. Is there anything else? No, that's it for now. Thank you for being here.